This is Ajahn Tim's Mindful Moments.
It's a balmy Saturday evening at home, and I found I have a little time and space for some reflection. Many of you who know a little bit more about me know that I spend an awful lot of my time caring for an elderly mother who's blind and has a number of mobility problems, and so hence my little absence from Tim's Mindful Moments. A lot going on. Life is not very routine, it's changing all the time. As a carer, those people who care for others will recognise this. And I find it's interesting when the occasional time I have to go out and meet people, they often ask me, what I do. And apart from my kind of artistic work and a little bit of meditation teaching stuff online, principally I'm a carer, and I look after an elderly mother, and I get interesting responses. Some people look at me as if to say, they give me the impression that, wow, it's what an easy life, can't be much to doing that. This must be an easy way of being. And others who will look at me and say, gosh, I couldn't possibly do that. It must be really difficult, really hard. And of course, everyone's view is different. And in my everyday life, it can be all those things in a day. It can be difficult. It can be emotionally very challenging. It can be extraordinarily rewarding. Sometimes it can be exceedingly dull, and one can feel very, very isolated. Other times I feel very blessed. And the more I recognise what I have, the more gratitude arises. And it's interesting when I meet so many people socially who always seem to feel they have a lot to complain about. And us Englishmen have got a great reputation for being complainers. I remember when I was travelling around in my monastic training over several different continents, different countries, different cultures, and although the culture within the monastery was fairly similar, one of the things that became an interesting fact to note is many of the senior incumbents there used to talk about the English complainers. The English ones coming their bounds, always complaining about things. And I recognise it's a cultural thing here. We like to complain. But in terms of practice, you realise what complaining does, how small we feel, how helpless, and how our sense of self-worth and everything becomes so much more reduced when we're in this complaining mode, and how it doesn't work, how miserable we feel. But we take responsibility for our feelings and our emotions and the views that we have. You start recognising that the only way to be at peace with anything, to enjoy life, to be with what's going on, you either accept what we have, we make clear determination to change it, and if we can't change it, we live with it. And complaining, if we can change it, that's fine. If we can't, then that's it. We just learn to abide with what we have, because that's all we have. And you see, complaining is just a great game for losers. It doesn't achieve anything, and yet it's so much part of our culture. And when one's mindful and you start noticing what the quality of our self-worth and how we feel about the world when we fall into that complaining mode, and when we escape from that. And escape is what it's all about. It's escape from the suffering, from the frustrations that we make for ourselves. So if we wake up and wise up, then life is mixed. It has its good bits, its bad bits. If we think enlightenment is being blissed out the whole time, then I don't know really anybody who can handle being blissed out all the time. It's just not, you can't cope with it. Life's a mixed bag. But with wisdom, with a clear understanding, then actually, pretty much everything's okay. Whatever happens, happens. And peace of mind is just being willing to open to what we have. And I feel sorry for complainers. It's a small world. It's a hard place. It's completely unnecessary. What do you think? Am I right? No. I'll leave this for your contemplation today.